How you doing, Cappy? Oh, look at the bottom of the deck. It's you. Let's see what we got going on. Do a Celtic cross for Cappy. Celtic cross for Cappy. Celtic cross for Cappy. Whoa. It says the Hanged Man. I don't know if I'm going to keep it since it fell on the floor. Maybe see if it's going to... Hanged Man. We'll see if it comes out again. Cappy. Celtic cross for Cappy. Okay. Three of Hearts. Ace of Hats. Oh, that's a Three of Swords. Sorry. Ooh, Three of Swords. Yeah, that's Three of Swords. Justice. Now, Three of Swords, first card out. You're feeling betrayed. Somebody did you dirty. Now, from this betrayal, it created a new beginning, a new emotional beginning. Maybe this new emotional beginning is why you feel betrayed. That's weird. Or maybe a new emotional beginning is coming after a betrayal. You feel betrayed, so you're going for something new. Now, foundation, justice. You feel like you've, this is karmic justice. You feel like the scales need to be balanced. You need some kind of balance within your life. You feel like you need a fair shot. You weren't treated fairly in the past, but things are being set right, and now you are going to a direction to set things right for yourself. The foundation is that you want justice. Or karmic justice came in and had you find out about this betrayal, and it ended up to be a new emotional beginning, which that could be very well it. So, Six of Wands in reverse. This is the past. You feel like somebody cheated on you, somebody betrayed you, and you feel like people are looking at you like you did not win the situation, or you're not winning at the moment. Maybe you're dealing with the past where you didn't feel victorious or confident, and in some way you gave away your power. Perhaps there's other people around who try to undermine your confidence or make you feel like you weren't in power by constantly undermining you. But whoever it was, justice is coming in and they're setting things right. And you're starting yourself off with a new emotional beginning because of it. Because you're done feeling betrayed. You're done being treated like a fool. So Four of Pentacles in reverse. This is your goals, your conscious awareness, the best can be accomplished at present, your goals. Four of Pentacles. Four of Pentacles in reverse. There is, you feel like, oops, sorry. You're ready to move on. You're not going to give to the situation anymore. You are unamused and tired of it, and you feel like things were unjust in the past, and if you weren't given justice in the past, you're definitely giving yourself justice, and you're no longer giving to this. But, you know, it actually works out for the best, because whatever decision that you made because of this betrayal, because of realizing and seeing what you're giving out, and perhaps you were giving out to a little too much in past situations, you regain your own power back. Now, the King of Pentacles, there's somebody that is very deliberate. They're detail orientated. They are a master manifester. They are the king of the tangible. This is you, Capricorn, coming into your power, no longer allowing people around you to undermine you and undermine your confidence. And your goal is to take your power back and to be able to utilize your own energy and strength. Now, Four of Wands in reverse. You're waiting for your ships to come in. You're looking out into the beyond, and you have hopes for something better. And perhaps you have an idea of what that is, but in the meantime, you're still just working, you're still planning. You feel like there's something that is on the horizon. There's something better on the horizon. Well, actually, how you see yourself, your personal strengths and weaknesses, an individual perspective of you is the Four of Wands. There's two fours here. A lifelong commitment. A lack of a lifelong commitment. This is a breakup of a family or marriage or relationship due to the betrayal, and you're ready for something new. You don't have hopes that there is anything better that's going on. You lack hope that this will improve. The Star in reverse, how someone on the outside views you, is that there is a lack of healing, that perhaps this is not there within the situation. And a death of a dream or a wish or an idea of something that was long-standing. If it's a family system or a relationship or a career. Could be like the Great Resignation, where a bunch of people are just, putting in their resignations and quitting. And they're following their dreams because they're through being pushed around. And after this Capricorn stellium, You know, there is this huge spotlight into the control groups within the world, and it put a spotlight into things, and power and power hunger has been growing rampant. The Chariot in reverse, your hopes and fears of attaining the goal, the lesson to be learned, blocking your development, hopes and fears of attaining the goal. How is the Chariot in reverse? Is that your hopes and your fears? How is the Chariot in reverse, your hopes and your fears? Okay, you hope to not move towards the situation anymore. You hope, you fear that you won't be able to leave, or if you leave, that you'll be coming up with a lot of issues. Perhaps you're having issues with actually moving, as in like you want to move location, or you're having issues with your car, or travel plans that got, you know, blocked, maybe due to restrictions. But there's a blockage of moving on. But you hope to not move on either, but you also fear it. Maybe could be a sense of codependency, or a fear of leaving something that is comfortable, but also being unsatisfied with it as well. That you would rather be with something unhappy, or someone unhappy, or a job that's unhappy, than being without it. And perhaps you're holding yourself back. If not, you're having issues with actually moving away somehow. There's a lot of things that's keeping you rooted in some way. Like maybe you have a lot of tangible responsibilities, mortgages, you know, animals. You hope that things won't have to change, but you know in some way that they do have to change, but you fear the change as well. Now, and perhaps this fear of change has held you back in the past from being proactive into the direction that you want to go. It's a lack of being grounded, and a lack of movement due to your own self-confidence issues, or actually I would say this is something to be learned. I mean, you hope to not move forward so quickly into situations in the future, and you fear of moving too quickly into situations, but you end up holding yourself back a lot of times. And perhaps you held yourself back from leaving situations and relationships that you know you should have because of fear. And perhaps you held yourself from going towards situations or working on certain situations, like working on that new career or job prospect, or, you know, finding that, you know, job of your dreams, but you fear it as well as into what to expect on the outside. There is a new beginning. You are coming into your own, and you're gaining strength, and there will be a karmic justice. Things will balance. And you're definitely giving yourself justice. The outcome, what you will gain from this experience, the reward, the quality or tool that will help you achieve a breakthrough. The Hanged Man. So whatever situation, whether it be a relationship or a job, and being afraid to move, but also being hopeful to move. You don't feel like there's a lot of hope in this situation. Whoever on the outside doesn't feel like this is healing, or this can be healed or improved upon, and you hope to move forward somewhere, and in a different area, in a different direction, a different career path, but you feel stuck. And here it is, the Hanged Man needing to see something in a different perspective. Perhaps, like the Great, this is someone who I would say, if this is job or career path, you're contemplating about leaving your job, but fear is holding you back. This might be due to the mandates, the lack of, like co-workers, like the lack of staff. If you're left behind, then you have to do triple the amount of work. Or if you're leaving, then you're afraid of what will happen to you in the future. When it comes to Capricorn, what they do and their craft and, their business prospects, no matter what they do, they're known to be detail orientated. They're known to be, you excel at your job because that's the way that you always do. No matter what you do, you want to be excellent at it because you have a lot of gifts to do that, and it's almost a need to do that as well. But maybe the needing to see something in a new perspective is the situation as a whole. Is this sustainable for you? To be working, like 3 or 4 other people's jobs now because you lost 1 or 2 people, or being out of work and working on something that is actually more emotionally fulfilling for you. And the thing that stops you from going wholeheartedly, and perhaps you even started, but things are coming up, like as in responsibility rise, not really moving as in depth as you'd like to. But you have like a labor of love, a kind of thing on one side, and a career on the other that you hate, and it looks like they're putting a lot of unfair strain on you. And it could be due to the mandates and the great resignations, where like a bunch of people are just quitting and waking up and wanting to follow their dreams, because it's being aware of how little they think of us, as in like society, as in employees, as in how much you put into perfecting your craft and the things you do, and how little they appreciate it. And you've had such loyalty to what you do and to do your job well, even if you dislike the people above you. But it was just part of your character to not just do anything half-ass. And even if it wasn't serving you, if you were doing some kind of good, or if you were just like being the best of you, you would think it would be appreciated in some regard. But it turns out, I feel like you're not. This can be even to like a family situation, as in like you had a lot of family or a group of friends or a family situation who just kind of treated you badly and kind of undermined you and made you feel badly about yourself and made you lose confidence in the things that you wanted, and it held you back because having that inner critic, it really affected you. But now it's like you're pulling yourself out of that to try to realize all the gifts that you do have and you've always had. But yet that inner critic and that fear is the thing that holds you back. But ask yourself this: how long is it sustainable like this? Can you do the state that you're doing forever? And or for, let's say, for years on out, that you feel comfortable that it would improve, and knowing that it would. But so far the evidence has been like getting worse, because it's like a lack of hope, a lack of healing. Nobody's happy, a discontentment on both sides. Definitely power dynamics, which is huge. Saturn. And, you know, if you're in a situation that makes you miserable, you know, it affects everything. It affects your health. It affects your family. It affects your relationships. It affects your manifestation abilities. It affects everything. But it's like, how much is a steady paycheck? If you're going to plan to do this, which I think that maybe you should, because, I mean, I don't know. I can't be one to tell you to do anything with your life. It's really up to you, and I could just give you the message from what I'm seeing. But what I'm seeing is somebody really unhappy in an unsustainable situation that doesn't seem like it's improving, and it looks like it's only getting worse. And maybe it's time to find a different source or direction that you could start to work towards, or work down, like down that line. And I feel like you're on the precipice, like about to be pushed off of that mountain, because it is getting worse. It's like, you know, showing up at that job that you hate, or that marriage that with a partner you can no longer stand, and just feeling so exhausted and depleted, and like a sense of despair that like this is your life, but it shouldn't have to be that way. And perhaps that's what's needed, in the perspective that, you know, you have a lot more control than you think that you do, because you know what, you're the freaking King of Pentacles, Capricorn. You know, and all your life you've been having people trying to harvest your energy and manifestation, and now you're gonna come into the point that you are gonna be able to utilize all of those gifts and realize all of those gifts that you have, and become a great manifester, something that you always had the ability to do, but you only had the realization and the clarity and the understanding that you're able to do it. Four of Wands in reverse. This is a lack of stability. This is a lack of a good foundation. Whatever foundation that used to be is definitely gone. This is a lack of healing, a lack of happiness, a death of a dream. They think that you are no longer happy or healed with this situation, that you no longer want to be here, because, you know, you can't really just hide your emotions anymore, because you know it's unstable. This Four of Wands in reverse, you know that it's unstable. Whatever stability that you did have from this betrayal, it just broke away that foundation completely, and now you have absolutely no lack of trust, no stability, no security. And people see that you're unhappy, but you still feel stuck. It's time to see things in a new perspective and understand on how much that you are actually capable of. If you are planning to leave a job, which ultimately I could see that happening anyway, like you're probably going to get so fed up and you're just going to walk out, whether it be a job or a relationship. I don't know, but that's kind of what I see. Just make sure you travel light. Try to sell off things that you no longer need. Declutter. You know, make sure you have some kind of emergency fund. Cut down on all of your extra utility bills and, you know, those extra subscriptions. It's time to live with a little less, because in this current climate, there's some big stuff that's going on. And it's a lot of pressure to maintain a certain kind of situation or power dynamic, which is not really sustainable. Now, Four of Cups, bottom of the deck. God, you are so unhappy and unsatisfied with this. And you've been really unhappy and unsatisfied for a long time, but yet you feel that you're stuck. And you're kind of just floating as into like, what's going to happen? Perhaps you're feeling a little anxious because of it as well, because you lack that stability. And stability is incredibly important to Capricorn, because that's how you nurture, that's how you care for yourself. And whenever there comes a situation, whether it is rare that you would feel down and out, like it's a huge blow to your ego and everything, it hits a sense of yourself, because you're not used to that. You've always been the one, like the steady rock, and that's why stability is so amazingly important to you. Now, every problem has a solution. I pulled this Oracle card. I'll read that on the next one I'll post up, because this video will be way too long. And it's just an extra bonus for you, because I love you so much, Cappy. Now, I see that you're probably going to get sick of it and you're no longer going to deal with it anyway. Whatever this is, neither of you seem like you want to budge. There was lies that were told. You're not seeing something clearly, or someone is omitting the truth somehow. Perhaps you didn't see something that seemed pretty obvious. Perhaps you made yourself blind to something in some way, or somebody was holding some kind of secret or facade, or perhaps you were ignoring an issue, and whatever issue that was, when it started off to be a small problem, it ended up to be something way bigger, because you kind of just didn't deal with it as you should have. And perhaps there is a certain amount of responsibility that you got to take on that too. That there is something that you were neglecting because something was emotionally pulling at you, and it was distracting you from something that you were trying to go towards or achieve. And maybe there is some truths about people or situations or management or job that was definitely not on the up and up. They did things kind of dirty. They promised you things that they never kind of pulled through or followed up on or met you halfway at. And judgment came, and there will be a leveling out. It's, but there's some part of the situation that you ignored that made a small situation into a big problem. And perhaps, whether it could be different for everyone, that's something that you should actually see of what that is or how you contributed to that, because, you know, whatever situation or person or relationship that we deal with, we all have a part to play within it. And what was that part to play? And did it improve the situation or make things worse? I feel like karma is going to come and set things right, or perhaps judgment in some way. You're going to bring justice to yourself in some way, a balancing of a certain situation, and perhaps somebody is holding back a truth from you, perhaps because they feel that, you know, you can be harsh sometimes, or there's a fear, or perhaps these people have done you dirty in the past and they want to come in and balance things. And now they're afraid that things are going to come out. But I feel like things will reveal itself in a very, very serendipitous way as to why things were hidden. Deep knowing in reverse as what was being hidden, because something is going on that is not being shown to the world, but I believe there's like a proverb, it's like, what is the three things that is constant, or that will always, like a constant truth or an absolute truth that can't be harnessed? There's only three things in life: the sun, the moon, and the truth. I don't know if that's harnessed, but I don't know. I'm going to think of that, saying that there's three things in life that can't be oppressed and can't remain underneath the surface. And that's the sun and the moon and the truth. And the truth will reveal itself. And it's going to reveal itself in a very serendipitous manner. Karma is going to come, and there is going to be a balancing act. And you're going to see why things were hidden. Because there's definitely things, there is a betrayal. But I feel like there's a lot more underneath the surface than you even realize, that there was a lot more going on than what you found out. And what you found out could be just the tip of the iceberg. And perhaps you found out in a weird way. Like perhaps a email was sent to you on accident, or perhaps you intercepted a text message on someone's phone, or you know, that Mercury retrograde stuff. But something is being hidden from you until is the right time for you to figure out what it is exactly, and universe will come and decide on what that is. Listen to your intuition, because there's something that you're not believing or not wanting to see. And there's a block on your intuition. Maybe a bias in some way. I feel like things are definitely going to come out. Loyal heart. I feel like somebody, if it's a relationship, there's a lack of truth, of wanting to speak the truth. Somebody wants to come and be fair with you, or maybe you just want fairness. Deep knowing in reverse. Not seeing something, a lack of intuition. What's this deep knowing in reverse? Deep knowing in reverse. This is happiness, 6, 7, 8. Happiness in reverse. A lack of balance, a lack of financial issues. You're going to notice where all of the money has gone or energy has gone. There has been a stifling of resources, perhaps in your management or with a partner, and this might be coming out, and you're going to find out in a weird way. Be ready, because truth is going to come out. Just remember, every problem has a solution. But whatever is going to come out, it's going to keep you from keeping yourself stuck, because I feel like it's going to be really intolerable to stay once this comes out. And this could be throughout the next full moon or after the next full moon. But that's what I got for you, Capricorn. Feel free to like, share, and subscribe. And donation box below if you want to go ahead and donate to the channel. If not, I'll just be seeing you later. Sometimes I leave extra notes on the bottom. Love you lots. Bye.